Hi there. Today we are going to talk about Lesson 54. And Lesson 54 has to do with rate word problems. So we're going to start out by talking about what we talked about last time, which has to do with proportions being used to solve word problems. Not a surprise. Okay. Here's an example, and these are set up very similar to what we were doing in the last lesson. If Ruby drives her car at an average speed of 60 miles per hour, how far will she drive in 6 hours? Now there's a couple different ways that you can set these up. I'll leave that set so that you can see it. There's this kind of a model where you set it up as distance on the top, time on the bottom. This is the rate, which means miles per hour, gallons per mile, or whatever the things that you are in rate. And then this is the actual measure. This is what you're looking for. I like that, but it ultimately comes down to this proportion. And quite frankly, why spend your time on this when you're actually going to go to this? So, I mean, if it helps you to set it up this way first, that's great. Otherwise, I really think you folks can handle this. Your rate is 60 miles in 1 hour. 60 miles per hour. Per, of course, is your line here, your division line. 60 miles per hour equals d miles, because we don't know how far, distance, miles, in 6 hours. And now, the solving of this particular proportion is nothing different at all. You're just going to do what you did with the other. 60 times 6, which is over here then, 1 times d. d times 1 was d. The distance is going to equal 60 times 6, which is, of course, 360 miles. So to answer the question, she will drive 360 miles in 6 hours if she drives 60 miles per 1 hour. Okay, let's look at another example. If Stephen's car averages 22 miles per, there's your division sign, 22 miles per gallon, then how many gallons of gas will he need to drive 560 miles on his vacation? Well, we're going to set it up right away. We have the rate and the actual. So we have 22 miles per 1 gallon, 1, okay, 22 per 1, 560 miles per x gallons. X is what we don't know. Cross multiply 22 times x equals 1 times 560. So you end up with 22x equals 560. Divide both sides by that well-chosen 1, which of course is 22. Divide this side by 22. If you do one side, you got to do the other side. That leaves x by itself. And it says there is, you know, when you're figuring miles per gallon, you're always figuring an approximation or an estimate, because you don't know if you have stop and go traffic, or if you sit and idle for a long time, or if you go really, really fast, or you go really, really slow. It isn't going to be absolutely perfect. So many times you're going to see these symbols right here, and those symbols right there say approximately 25 gallons. I wouldn't bet my life on the 25 gallons. I would probably plan money-wise for at least 26 or 27. Just to be safe, I would have a little bit more. You don't want to run out of gas, right? Don't want to run out of gas. Okay, so here's another example. Okay, Rex works for a local grocery store. He worked 13 hours last week and earned a total of $108.55. Compute his hourly rate. Okay, this is set up just like the others that we were looking at. If he works 13 hours, he gets $108.55. If he works 1 hour, he gets what? Okay, so you're going to take 13 times P equals 1 times 108.55. So you end up with 13p equal 108.55. Divide both sides by 13. That's that well-chosen one I always talk about. You divide by 13 on one, you always divide the other side too. You get P equals $8.35. Now, this is continued, okay? So, at this rate, how much would he earn if he worked 36 hours? Now, I know you could say, well, I'll just take 36 times $8.35, and you can do that. That will give you the right answer, and I wouldn't tell you that it wouldn't. But I'd like you to learn to set these up in the proportions using the ratios. So, 1 hour, if 1 hour is $8.35, then 36 hours is P. This is dollars, this is hours and hours. Notice the hours are on the top, the dollars are on the bottom. So you take P times 1 is P, equals 36 times 835, which is what you wanted to do anyway in the first place, right? And if you make the math, do the math, you're going to end up with $300.60, and that's how much at 36. All right, now here's a challenge problem. Not too hard, not too hard. Set up the proportion for 40 hours. So 1 hour is $8.35 equals 4 hours is P. Work this out. The work goes with this proportion. You can't just give me a number. You got to show me the work. If you do that, it's worth bonus points. Bring it to class and show me, and you'll be good. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you understood it, and have an awesome day.